What is up, guys? What is up? Welcome back to Silver Surfer's channel. Got a fun one for you guys today. Really special note for me. And I thought I'd share it with y'all. I haven't shared this before, and I've owned this note for a couple of years now. But let's go ahead and kick this off with what we got here. Pick this bad boy up. And what you see in front of you is a 1902 plain back. I'll explain kind of what that is here in a little bit, but First National Bank, as you can see, of San Pedro, California. It's a $10 note, and this, guys, is a national currency. You can see up there, charter number of 7057, and the serial number up there, 561292. Nothing special there. You got President William McKinley on the left here. He was in office for a little bit of time. He was also one of the few presidents that was assassinated, believe it or not. Beautiful signatures, handwritten signatures of the cashier and president of the bank. He's got a blue seal here of the Treasury Department, very similar to what the silver certificate blue seals look like. And then you also have the Treasury and the Register of the United States there at that particular moment in time. The sheet, serial number here, 5083. This is the overall National Bank serial number, if you would. And just an all-around spectacular note. It's a $10. Well, flipping on the back here, there's an image of the Panama Canal kind of celebration. And it's got the obligation down there of what it's used for or can pay for. Look at that. Look at the engraving, man. Just spectacular. All the way from the detail up here with the flags, the border, just all around beautiful note. It's got the red and blue fibers there for anti-counterfeiting measures. Gorgeous note. It's got a couple of folds and graded at 35? Yeah, 35. A beautiful, spectacular piece, man. Absolutely love this piece. So why is this importante to me? Well, because this is a hometown note, guys. This is where Silver Surfer grew up. Not anymore, don't live there anymore, but got a lot of ties to this small little port town, the Port of Los Angeles, California, if you would. And for those of you that aren't familiar, it's about 15-20 miles away from the downtown Los Angeles city. It's a small little port town on a peninsula that's a surly old place, if you would. Right over the bridges, beautiful bridges over the harbor, enter into the Long Beach area, and some of you might have heard of that. That's where the Long Beach Coin Show is every quarter. So that's probably something you might have heard of in the past. But anyways, this note is very special to me, again, because of hometown. National Bank notes started in the 1870s, mid-1870s, and they continued all the way into the 1920s until we eventually kind of disbanded those, if you would, and moved into more so utilizing the Federal Reserve notes. But in time before that time, there was about 14,000 plus national banks throughout the country that would request to get coverage essentially through the federal government. The federal government would issue the currency with their national bank name on here. The first of each in the city was always the First National Bank. If there's any additional ones, they usually name it a different type of name. I've shared in the past the first charters. The charter number here is 7057. That essentially was chronological order of when they requested, the bank requested to become a national bank. It was not anything in particular, alphabetical or anything like that. It was just throughout time and history from 1875 into the late 1920s when banks were requesting to become chartered. And so they would be issued, again, based on chronological request. So this was somewhat relatively earlier, I would say about halfway through, if you would. I do have the Philadelphia First National Bank, first, second, and third issue, which I shared in a prior video. I'll leave that link below. You guys can go ahead and check that out, just on kind of some more history of national banks. But this note is important. Like I said, it's a hometown note. I encourage each and every person out there, even if you don't like currency or you just haven't gotten into collecting currency, to find your hometown. Look and see. Like I said, there's 14,000 towns and cities that issue national banks, and more than likely somewhere where you grew up probably has one. I was shocked to actually find that my small town had one. It was just really, really cool to see. And so I had to pick it up, obviously. And when I Googled it or you eBayed it, one seller had a number of different random notes, and he had this note here, and he was asking like $2,500 for it, and I paid a hefty price. I did not pay $2,500, but I paid a hefty price for it. But nationals are an interesting market. It's really whatever you're going to pay for it, to be honest with you. Like I said, I figured I'd probably never see another one of these. There's in the track and price, which lists the National Bank census, there's only I want to say about 12 of these known to exist. The plain back is the back here has no date above, no date right here. There is two $10 notes from this bank that has that are date backs. This is not one of them. And then there is also a 20. I think there's two 20s from this bank as well that were issued and that are known to exist. So this is, like I said, one of maybe 13 notes to know it existed. So I figured, I'll pay up for it because I'll probably never see it again. And this is a note. If I sell everything, it will never leave my collection. I actually plan on getting it framed and I'm going to hang it up in my house just because it's such a historical, cool piece to me, particularly. So anyways, like I said, guys, go out there and see if your hometown has a note, a national bank note, and pick that up. Oftentimes it can be relatively pretty cheap. If there's not a note from you, you'll be very surprised. There's a lot of small podunk towns out there that have received charter in the past, and so San Pedro is not all that big of a location, but it still had one. So you'd be surprised, even if you grew up in a very small rural area, there is probably a national bank in your town at one point in time, or in the very next nearby town at bare minimum. There would definitely be one. So check it out. Check it out and see what you got. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I've rambled on too much, but if you did, go ahead and let me know. Comment below and give me a subscribe. And until next time, Silver Surfer is out.